Good evening, and welcome to another episode of The Curse of Strahd. In this chapter, our adventurers will brave the ancient old Slavic road. Slavic road, yes. And will further explore the cursed lands of Barovia. I'm your Dungeon Master, Kelly, and today on Dork Tales, we're playing episode 5 of The Curse of Strahd. Let's introduce ourselves. We're doing distance play right now because of the whole COVID thing, so if you are wondering why we're in different windows or if the audio quality is a little less than optimal, that's the main reason. So, without further ado, let's introduce ourselves, starting with our barbarian.
Hi, I'm Christine, and I'm playing Illican Dawncaller Vaime Laga, the Goliath Barbarian.
All right, now our cleric.
Hi, I'm Neil, and I'm playing Brother Constantius Cars of the Welcoming Flame.
Our paladin.
Hello, I'm Amy, and I'm playing Shasta Denmora, the half-elf paladin.
And finally, our rogue and his cat.
Cat's around here somewhere. Hi everyone, I'm Zan, the Plan Kovacs, thief extraordinaire, and can steal your heart, steal your wallet, steal your kids, lock them up. I don't know.
Steal your silver and make some better silver weapons because you guys are going to need them.
Silver. Stealing your silver.
All right.
All the silver.
And
That's a good question.
does anybody want to remind me what you were doing last session?
And we just finished killing some werewolves in a church, burying a body.
Yep.
Going to a retailer to get our weapons silvered and discovering that they wanted way too much money for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did we actually get anything silvered then?
Nope.
You did not.
Okay.
We did, however, get a dinner invite from Strahd.
Right.
Hey.
He would love to have you for dinner.
For dinner.
Right.
And Shasta had a hankering,
You did.
a thirst that she sated.
You need some of the vampire fangs now.
Oh, where are my fangs? Anyway, maybe next time.
All right. And I just opened a window to try to make things a little better and ended up blocking some of the stuff. Okay. Let's not worry about that. Okay. That should improve system resources a little bit for you guys. All right. So last time on Curse of Strahd, you were petitioned by Ismark Kolyana to help bury his father, the Burgeon Master of the village of Barovia. After rescuing, after meeting with the local priest and discovering that he had his late teenage, early 20-something son trapped in the basement post-vampiric embrace by Count Strahd himself, you were beset upon by a pair of werewolf assassins, managed to defeat them, and buried the Burgeon Master, at which point Ismark asked that you accompany both he and his adopted sister, Ireena, to the town of Villaki, which would be a bit safer and out of Strahd's immediate grasp, because the Count has a strange craving for Ireena and has already visited her twice, the third bite being the final one to transform her into one of his damned legion. And the game ended with you all receiving a dinner invitation from Strahd himself, and you beginning your trek down the Old Svalak Road. Now, I don't know what your intentions are for the evening, but I think it was early morning, probably around 9 a.m., when you set off. And as you are slowly walking down the road, making your way toward Villaki, Ismark has informed you that he believes it will take about 2 days worth of travel to reach there.
Okay.
And is there anything you're doing before you leave Barovia, the village of Barovia?
I don't think so. At least not that I want to do.
Do you have enough food?
You do have enough rations on you. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's right. Everything was like double the price, wasn't it?
Yeah.
10 times the price.
10 times the price. Even better.
Any chance of a 5-finger discount?
If you wanted to go back in there and try again, you could. Remember there was that very large stock boy.
Yeah. I don't think there was anything that we needed that badly.
I mean, probably not.
So, just a reminder for Shasta that she has to do a roll each day to resist,
When she awakens, yeah.
knackums.
So I believe your first stop was you were going to try to take the shortcut that took you by Madame Ava's Vistani camp. As you can see on the map, and any of you feel free to open a tab and Google spoiler-free map of Barovia. And you will be able to see that there are 2 paths, one long winding one through the Svalich Woods. Do we want to call it the Svalich Woods or the Svalich Woods?
Well, it's going to be easier to remember, or easier to say.
One has lich in it, the other one
I would say the lich one, because the other one sounded slightly phallic.
Yeah.
The phallic road?
Svalich. No.
You progress along the Svalich road. And as you are wandering, allow me to just do a test or something. Are you talking about anything as you're walking down the road?
I mean, if nothing comes up in particular to be talking about, Dawncaller will just start regaling tales.
About what?
Various famous Goliath feats, including her own.
Oh, I've heard this one before.
All right. As you're wandering down the road, you can hear Dawncaller regale you with a Goliath feat of bravery, strength, acrobatics. What kind of feat are we talking about?
I think strength.
Okay. And what was it?
It would be the tale of. I have to think of the name for a quick second. Bear murder.
Bear murder? Oh, of Thorin bear murder or Thorn bear murder?
Thorn.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. How he got his name. Wrestling the biggest, meanest male bear just as he left his winter-long slumber, starving and desperate for food. He took it down.
All right. So you listen to this story, and why don't you go ahead and make me a performance roll to see how well you tell the story.
18.
18. All right. So this is actually quite a good story, and even if you've heard it before, it's pleasant to hear this type of tale regaled again. And as you are walking down the road, the brother and sister Ireena and Ismark are paying attention and nodding at the right parts and laughing and smiling at the others, and a little bit of the somber mood has lifted, Although you'll notice that they are being a little more muted in their reaction than you are probably used to. As if, they're probably trying not to be too terribly loud as you're walking. Now, overhead, you find yourself walking now through a thick underbrush. The old Svalich road swerves and runs through thick forest. Old branches, primordial wilderness reaches out with its ancient claws to scratch at your clothing and disrupt your steps. As you continue onward, what is everyone's passive perception, just so that I have it?
15.
Dawncaller. Okay, Zan?
12.
Okay, Shasta.
14.
And Brother Karas.
16.
16. As you are wandering, you will hear in the distance, all of you will actually be able to hear this in the stillness of the morning, the sound of breaking twigs. Something is moving through the forest up ahead to your right. Slow and ambling, but with a steadiness to it. Occasionally you'll hear the sound of hooves, but it's uneven. A horse normally keeps a fairly staccato rhythm, but this, it sounds sluggish.
Nature check?
Absolutely. Go ahead and make me a nature check.
$11.
You think through your head, and it does sound like a horse. As far as you can tell, it's there must be something wrong about it. Perhaps it's a bit lighter, or with that type of gait, you think maybe a wounded horse, or perhaps a wounded deer. Something is causing it to walk improperly. And all of you with your passive perceptions will probably estimate that it's within about 100 feet of you.
Hmm.
Would you like to keep going
Should
or
we-
investigate?
Hmm.
Should I circle around it? I'll try to use my stealth to circle the other side.
I suppose.
I mean, I do not care about wounded deer. If it's wounded
Yeah.
rider, then we help. But if just deer, what
Yeah,
is the
It's lunch.
I'll stealth into the forest towards it.
Okay. And Zan, are you trying to make a loop around the other direction?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Both of you can make me a stealth roll. Neither of you is encumbered
going-
by any.
I'm gonna sigh, pull out my shield, and interpose myself between the siblings and
Yeah,
the
I'm
boys,
gonna.
in anticipation of it being bad.
Yeah,
All right.
that's pretty much my plan.
Natural 20.
A natural?
Shield.
Okay. Ismark as well
Unnatural.
is going to draw his longsword and brace himself for any danger. Ileana is armed with a short sword at her side that she's going to keep her hand on, noticing the bit of trouble in the surroundings. And with that, what did you get on your Zan?
19.
19. Both of you will make your way through the undergrowth. It's thick around the edges, but once you pass the area about 5 to 10 feet on either side of the road, there's a slight gully, or it's more of a ditch that's eroded into the ground that you'll cross, and then it's actually fairly sparse. Zan, quickly moving up ahead, you will actually pass by and see where on the muddy road, it must have rained last night through here, and even now storm clouds are hanging low in the sky overhead, blocking out the majority of the sun. Everything is cast with a grayish-green hue. But in the mud, you'll see the tracks of a hoof, several actually, including one that seems a little different than the others. Are you pausing to look, or are you going to keep going?
I will pause to look,
Make me an investigation.
get an
roll.
idea of what we're following.
Sounds good.
6.
So looking at it, you try to reach down and touch it with your hand to see what exactly is wrong with it. But you hear a snapping twig up ahead and readjust your movement, accidentally knocking a bit of the mud around with your hand. It's moving closer to you than it is to Dawncaller. You should probably get into the woods and take cover.
Yeah, I will take cover.
Okay. And perfect. I have that open. Now, Dawncaller, you make your way moving from tree to tree, and you can see in the distance that there is something moving through the undergrowth. It's definitely equine. And this dimness. Do Goliaths have dark vision? Please remind me.
I don't believe so.
Okay. So as you are looking ahead, you can definitely see the shape of some... It's a horse for sure. And it moves behind a series of skeletal branches. And as it does, can you make me a perception roll?
16.
You are going to see its last hindquarter vanish as it steps across behind those bushes. And as you do, you will see that there's no meat or flesh on the bone. It's a skeletal horse wandering through the undergrowth, literally down to the bone.
That's weird.
Zan, can you make me a perception roll, please?
I can.
And you can do this with advantage because it's coming your direction.
Oh, that's better. 16.
All right. So, as you move through the undergrowth and find a place behind some old felled trees to hunker down and watch, you can see ahead of you, through low-hanging mist, comes a skeletal warhorse and rider, both clad in ruined chainmail. The skeletal rider is holding up a lantern in its left hand that sheds no light. It's rusted to the point where it's almost orange, where it was once probably silver. And in its other hand, it holds a long barbed spear that's dragging on the ground. It's headed vaguely in your direction, but not directly at you.
I will try to remain hidden and just watch it as it passes, try to keep up behind it.
Okay. So, Dawncaller, as this thing comes into view, it moves out from behind, and you're going to be able to hunker down in the mud behind some trees as this fog kind of rolls off of the heart of the woods. And you will see this as well, an old skeletal rider slowly ambling its way toward the trail again.
Does it look like it's going to end up near where the rest of the bug group is?
It looks like it is headed probably about 30 feet in front of them. It looks like, Zan, from where you are, you'll be able to tell that it looks like it's done a loop. It wandered across the trail some time ago, probably, and then is just ambling its way back in a wide arc. Both of you looking at this, you don't get the sense that it's really paying attention to anything. It's moving with a slow, zombie-like gait.
So guarding something, potentially?
Maybe.
Doesn't really have a purpose.
Running a perimeter.
Back on the road, what do you two do?
They haven't given any sort of signal for what's going on, have they yet?
They have not, but you can still hear in the distance.
Gonna
What do you do,
It's
Brother
best to keep
Karis?
moving forward slowly. Oh, sorry. It is best to keep moving forward slowly. So I will encourage the siblings while trying to maintain position between them and wherever I can hear the noise coming from to keep moving down the road. We're not booking it or anything, but maintain a steady pace toward their destination.
Yeah, I agree.
That makes sense. Are you going to try to be stealthy about this?
No. I'm wearing heavy armor and I'm not dexterous. I'm walking down the middle of the trail.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right.
So I've got my guard up.
Also, how dark is it? Sorry, you said it was morning, but Ravenloft's always dark and we're in the woods. Or
it's
Barovia's always dark.
probably around 9 o'clock in the morning right now.
And how is it dark enough that I should have light cast? Because if it's dark enough I should have light cast, I will have cast light, if that makes sense.
It is not that dark, but basically, if you went into the underbrush, I would suggest it, but along the path there is a bit of a break in the tree line overhead that is allowing the ambient haze of light to extend down to the gravel of the road. So you move further down the road. All right, is anybody doing anything or just trying to watch this thing as it passes?
I'm gonna stealth back to the group.
Okay.
Let them know what it is. And
okay, so Dawncaller, you'll come up to them as they begin moving a bit further down the road. And as you approach them from the rear and inform them of what it is, you will have a great chance for them to see it as this thing ambles out onto the road in front of you. And that's when you can see that one of its hooves of the skeletal warhorse is completely shattered. And it's walking, bringing down its weight to something with about the width of half of a hand. A blade kind of cutting into the muck, but is somehow managing to stay aloft, even though it is rocking fairly steadily. Zan, you will be able to sneak up close behind it, keeping your distance outside of the range of that spear, but still managing to track it. It makes its way out onto the road. And is anyone of the main party trying to move out of the road out of its view, or are you just standing on the road?
I'm gonna
I will encourage them off quietly off to the side at least a bit.
Yeah, I'm motioning to get off to the side to try
into the shadows, at least with the edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the twins go, I'll go, but
okay, they'll move a bit off to the edge of the road at least.
And I'm mentally making motions like the obvious.
The skeletal warhorse will turn, casting its gaze in your direction. The skeleton of the horse and the skeleton of the human body that still clings to the saddle, they turn in unison. It slowly begins to trot, more like amble, down the road toward you. It's 20 feet away and approaching slowly. Occasionally, you can hear the sound of the spear dragging. And
does it seem to actually see us?
Make me an insight roll.
Okay, I'll do that. Ooh, that's not bad.
What is it?
I will.
19.
You do not believe that if it notices you, it doesn't register you. And you will, Dawn Caller?
It doesn't seem like it's moving towards.
I'm gonna pull my maul and hold it down at my side in preparation, just in case.
Yeah, like I've got my shield up and my sword out, and I'm just readying.
All right. So, Zan, can you make me one more perception roll, my friend?
12.
So, as you are looking at this creature, I'm just going to look something up real quick, and my phone is... Oh, it's under the book. All right, that makes sense. All right. As you glance up at this creature and trail it, you can hear, with your trained, roguish ears, the sound of something slapping the side of the horse armor. Just a slight metallic jangle.
Like coin jangle?
Something metal for sure. You would venture to guess coin? It could be jewelry.
Okay, I'm pulling a dagger out.
Okay.
Getting ready to throw it.
All right. As you brace yourselves, it moves within 10 feet of you. It's weaving ever so slightly back and forth along the road. 5 feet from you.
I'm gonna try and like keep out of its path, for sure. But
as you step out of its way,
be very quiet.
It will turn its human skull toward you, and then turn it back to the road. And it continues past you. Zan, what do you do?
I'm just continuing to shadow it, waiting for it to make a sudden move.
You make 10, 15, 20, 30 feet of shadowing behind it. And unless it decides to do a sudden about face and charge, it appears that the trouble's gone. If you were feeling brave enough, you might be able to pickpocket to cut that purse directly off of it. I would remind everyone they do have a point of inspiration.
Do it!
Yeah, I'm at as well. I'll increase my speed and then jump out of the cover.
No use for caution in a life lived to the fullest.
Try to snag it and then disappear again.
Oh boy.
That's the goal.
All right. So go ahead and make me a sleight of hand roll. If you have advantage, you can roll twice.
21.
21. All right.
Yeah.
Versus my K. Okay. All right. So
I have a feeling that Zan and Dawn Color are going to be the shit disturbers and just egg each other on.
it's true.
Oh, absolutely.
And Shaste and Karas are going to be the ones, a voice of reason in the background going, no, don't do that.
So
Sometimes
Zan,
maybe.
While I'm doing this, I'm repeating, bad idea, bad idea, bad idea, all the way through it.
all right. You are going to rush up and with a quick twist of your wrist are going to snip the old gray cables that are holding the pouch next to his hip. Literally his hip. It slices off the old belt that it's looped around, and you pocket it and roll into the bushes without a sound. For those of you who are watching behind, it's actually a fairly impressive sight. He darts around, loops up, and jackknifes into the brush, with about as much sound coming out as if a bird had taken flight. the skeletal rider doesn't slow. From what you from the moment you land in the brush, your heart beating up in your throat, you
Bad idea.
you will find that there is a lovely dark leather pouch in your hand that appears to be full of about a pound worth of material. Do you open it right away,
I'm
or
not
do you
gonna-
wait? What's that?
No, I'm gonna wait. I'm waiting.
All right. You wait, and the rest of you watch as the skeleton slowly ambles out of view.
Yeah, Jess is not going to move or do anything to break the silence until it's very much gone. And then we'll turn to the others and go, okay.
Okay.
I think we're clear.
That thing is going
I'm
to be
gonna
headed
circle.
back to town. You will circle and return to the group?
Yeah, I'm gonna circle back. Yeah.
All right. So, as you return to the group, you will be holding that large pouch in your hand. Do you take a look through it?
I will put it on the ground and tell Dawncaller to get ready to smack anything that comes out of it.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. It could be like a plague rat or something.
True, I suppose.
Do we have time for theatrics right now, or should we be pushing on? It's 2 days march
Yeah.
to the city. Let's not make it 3, yeah?
Let's
What?
just
Then
Do it.
You volunteered to open it.
What I'm saying is we open it when we make camp tonight, rather than stopping in the middle of a road we already know is dangerous and
Yeah.
opening the pouch.
I'm gonna carry plague rats.
I'll
with
carry
me.
it. Shasta will go grab it.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So it's about a half pound, pretty heavy in your hands, and you can. You just gonna put it away?
So how big was it? Like
About this big.
how?
It's a leather. It's a leather pouch about the size of a softball.
Okay. Shasta's just going to open it.
You will find that there is a piece of rolled parchment inside, as well as a thick gold ring, probably sized for a man's thumb, with a deep-set black stone held in the mouth of some type of large cat, as well as a few other things in there. A set of
You
bone
can-
dice.
She's just going to do a cursory glance, basically. She's not opening anything else. She's just like opening it, looking at it, being like, it's not a plague rat. Close it. Put it in her bag.
Okay, cool. So it's got some paper, it's got some coins, it's got a ring, and it's got looks like little bits of broken glass and a broken quill.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Can look at it when we make camp.
Okay, sounds good. And with that, do you continue down the road?
So yeah.
Okay. All right. So you continue down the road. Another half hour passes. Are you doing anything else, or does the silence infuse everything now?
I think there's just a very tense silence, at least for her.
As you're walking after a fashion, Ismark will actually break the silence and turn to Zan. My friend, did you recognize the insignia on the armor?
I wasn't looking at armor.
I was wondering if you had. I didn't myself. I think once upon a time that might have been an out traveler like yourselves.
Oh, okay. So maybe we should read what was on the parchment?
I'll pull it out and look at it while we keep walking.
Written in a very misspelled common, perhaps a different dialect. You will read, "I tank know how to get out of here, but we'll keep working on it. There has to be a way out. I'll try the valley again. Tain't no ways about it. I've got to get out. I've got to get out." And then the pages become progressively covered with that sentence. I've got to get out. I've got to get out. I've got to get out. Until the
Does
ink
it change to anything else?
becomes more erratic. And eventually, the ink runs out and the parchment is stained with something that smells delicious.
Interesting.
Inside of the bag, you will see that there is a quill tip that is covered in dried blood.
Ah. Whoever they weren't doing very well by the end.
It's true. All right, so you are on the road. Excellent. Another 30 minutes passes as you continue to walk in relative silence. An hour. The road is long, and you know that it's your goal to make it to the Vistani encampment by noon. Perhaps you can barter with them for some food. Here we go. One moment, please. Okay, I have to look something up real quick, guys. Pardon me for one moment. You make your way further into the forest. You're sure that you're probably only about an hour. You remember this path. You're about an hour from the Vistani encampment when you hear that noise. This horrible, echoing sound that actually... It takes you a moment before you realize it's not echoing. These cries never echo. It's the sound of others joining in. Suddenly, and I want a perception roll off of everybody for this one. Actually, you know what? That's not the way this works anymore. I always got to remember that passive perception's a thing. So, just a moment. I have to make this as a group. All right, and with that, there is a sudden roar ahead of you as 5 wolves the size of brown bears surge out of the undergrowth and attack. I need initiative off of everyone.
Okay.
You are facing down 5 dire wolves. All right, did anybody get 20 or above?
Yes, 21.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, did anybody get above 15?
Yes. Shasta got 18.
Okay, and what did you get?
18.
What did you get, Zan?
12.
12, and Brother Karis?
3.
Okay.
Ouch.
Get those ones out of the way now.
That's not how it works for me usually.
No, me neither.
Okay.
Wishful thinking.
Zan. Karas. All right. These large beasts burst out of the undergrowth. And because of their surprise round, they are going to... Oh, wait, I forgot to roll for our buddies. You know what? I'm just going to put them at the end of the initiative. Ireena and Ismark. All right. They are going to burst out of the undergrowth. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 7 of you. So let's just see... Or there are 6 of you. What am I doing? Roll a d6, dummy. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Shasta, 2 of them are going to launch themselves toward you. What is your armor class?
17.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, 2 of them are going to lurch out of the undergrowth, diving at you. One of them is going to try to bite at your throat, rushing out of nowhere, jumping up to snap at you. And while that one's happening, the other is going to strike at you from behind, catching you in the thigh, and dealing 10 points of damage to you. I need you to make me a strength roll immediately.
Okay. It's gonna be a 12.
12, you are knocked prone.
Yep.
All right, and let's see, so that's boom, boom. All right. The next 2 are going to rush at Ismark. And the first one is going to miss. And the second one is going to get a critical hit. Ismark is going to take 20 points of damage as the same maneuver passes. It rushes in front of him, and a wolf reaches out or lashes out of the undergrowth and is going to catch him high in the front of the thigh, rending into his femoral artery, and he is going to... I have to check his hit points real quick. One sec. Because they are not easily defined. The last one is going to look at the situation and is going to rush Brother Karas. And Brother Karas, would you like to make me a free attack?
Sure. I am not good at melee combat. Is this an attack of opportunity?
It is, because he botched his attack on you.
Okay, I cast Sacred Flame on him. I'm a warcaster. I'm not good at attacking, but I can certainly cast cantrips as attacks of opportunity.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me damage for Sacred Flame.
Okay.
He failed.
6 points of radiant.
6 points of radiant. Okay. All right. He is going to howl and lunge at you, and as he is doing so, some of the mud beneath his feet is going to slip out from under him, and you are going to spin around in time to call down a holy strike that immolates part of his fur. And just tell me what level he is, guys. That's all I want to know, because I forgot to write it down last session. Undercroft. Pardon the delay. Smart increase. They don't actually tell you. Okay, cool. All right, so Ismark takes 20 points of damage, which is kind of shitty for him. And with that, we are in real initiative. Dawncaller.
Okay. I'm going to pull my maul, roar, and enraged attack one.
All right, that sounds... Oh, actually, he's way better than I thought he was. Nice, done. Okay. All right, so there's the one that is right in front of Brother Karas that is probably the closest to you. There are 2 that are flanking Shasta, who's been pulled off of her feet, and there are 2 that are ripping into Ismark.
Okay. Well, I guess Shasta first.
What is the fur that's on your shoulder? What animal is that?
Probably wolf.
Cool. Always attack wolves when they're fighting in pairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're always attack. I'm just letting you know that if you're used to hunting them, their pack tactics are incredibly dangerous. So always attack, always break up groups of them.
Okay, sure.
All right.
So whichever pair is closest, then I'll go for that.
Definitely Shasta, but I'm just giving you that tactical advice.
Okay.
All right. So Dawncaller, go ahead and make me an attack.
And I am raging.
All right.
Okay, so that is 24 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. And just so you're aware, I took Path of the Zealot, so I get Divine Fury. So the first creature I attack on my turn with a weapon attack, I get to add a d6.
Sounds great.
Well, shit, that's a great first roll. 23 total.
23 total. All right. So
and 6 of that is radiant damage.
All right. So lurching forward, you are going to bring your maul down onto the back of one of these dire wolves with the force of a falling anvil, and you're going to feel ribs snap underneath you. The wolf is going to look up at you and roar. But not until the one Brother Karis is fighting is going to lunge at him. Brother Karis.
Actually, and the other thing I forgot, sorry, half my barbarian level as well.
Oh, okay.
So is that rounded up or rounded down?
You always round down.
Okay. So plus 1.
Plus 1? Okay.
Radiant damage. So it's 7 total radiant damage.
Okay, damn. So that was a total of what then? 25?
Okay. I think. So I think I said 24.
All right. That's pretty great. Good job. All right, Brother Karis, I definitely hit you with this. So you burn him with Sacred Flame. It is going to right itself and is going to lunge at you, dealing 9 points of damage.
Wait.
Oh, sorry, pardon me. Dealing... Yes?
I might want to wording flare it. Hold on.
Sure.
Forgot to use that last time. And I'm trying to... I basically want to make sure I'm not cheating and using it. So I'm going to tell you, when you're attacked by a creature within 30 feet that you can see, you can use your action to pose disadvantage. I don't have my reaction, so it's an opportunity attack. Continue.
You will. You can use
my
your
reaction.
That you got that because he botched. I'm not going to remove that from your.
Oh,
your
okay.
turn.
Then he rolls with disadvantage. So, yeah.
Okay. Then he is going to lunge forward and snap at your throat, barely missing tearing your vestments as you buffet him out of the way with magical energy. Good job. All right, Shasta, you are down on the ground with 2 creatures snarling above you, ready to rip out your throat. What do you do?
I'm gonna channel divinity.
Okay.
Whichever one is closest to me or that actually got me, I'm going to. My holy symbol is essentially just my sword.
Okay.
So she's gonna essentially spit at it and shake my sword, go like fucking kind of.
What does that do?
More epic than that. I choose one creature within 60 feet that has to take a wisdom saving throw unless it's immune to being frightened.
It is not immune to being frightened. In fact, it might be frightened.
On a failed save, it's frightened for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. While frightened, this creature's speed is 0 and it can't benefit from bonuses to its speed.
All right, you are going to wave your sword at it, and it is going to yelp and cower down onto its belly, trying to slowly back away, but finding that its legs are not really serving it.
Yeah. The other one that's near me, is it within 5 feet of me?
It is, and it was just struck by Dawncaller.
Yeah. Because I can only use that once.
Is that a bonus
I
action?
think. No, that was my action. So
Okay.
I need to move, but I can't disengage. So
you can take half your movement to stand up.
yeah, I think I'm gonna have to, and hope that it doesn't come after me.
Sounds good. All right. So standing up, it is a little more concerned. It is a little more concerned with Dawncaller right now. So you're going to stand to your feet, and it is going to turn and... All right, I'm going to actually state that it's not in the rules. It says that pack tactics does not function if the creature, if the friendly is not incapacitated. But I'm going to say that frightened means that they're not able to coordinate.
Yeah, it can't move. Like, it's frozen, essentially.
Yeah, but technically in the rules you could still do it, but I think that's BS. So I still hit you, Dawncaller. So you are going. It's going to turn and attempt to bite you for 10 points of damage, which it is going to manage to strike you with a bite. I need you to make me a strength roll. Remember, you have advantage on this because of your rage.
Yeah. Wow, so how much did it hit me for?
It got a 23 to hit.
Jesus.
Yeah, I rolled the bad encounter.
So that's 19 for my strength check.
Absolutely fine. It bites into the meat of your thigh and tries to rip you off your feet, but you grind your foot even or your heel even deeper into the mud and resist it, which is going to give you a great chance to hit it next round. Zan, what do you do?
That was 10 points of damage?
10.
Just to confirm? Okay.
Throwing a dagger at the one that Dawncaller is currently engaged with.
Okay. Reminder that if you move in close, you can strike it twice with 2 different daggers if you so chose. And then I believe you get a free disengage with your third level.
If it's fighting somebody with within 5 feet, then I also get my sneak attack bonus too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might as well do that. I'll just grab 2 daggers and
all right, rush in. All right, so go ahead and make me 2 attacks. I believe, Neil, refresh my memory because I forget this every single game. But when you are flanking an opponent, do you have advantage on them?
Nope.
Okay.
There is no flanking in 5e, basically.
There's only a help action, I think.
Okay. So
I rolled a 24 and a 23.
Okay, those are definitely 2 hits. Were any of those natural 20s?
No, they're 19 and 18.
Okay, so you get to apply your sneak attack once per round. So
okay.
Just roll all your dice together and add it up for this one. I believe you're at 2d6 at this point, right?
Yeah. 2d6 plus 2d6 for the actual attacks.
Daggers are d4s.
Oh, yeah. Let me reroll.
We'll switch you to short swords soon, don't worry.
Well, I do have them.
Oh, okay. You can use short swords if you prefer.
Well, don't say that. I actually rolled really good dice. I said daggers first.
You did.
Oh, that's not bad. 5, 9, 11.
11 total. All right, so you are going to, and you remember to add your dexterity as a damage bonus, right?
As a damage bonus?
Yeah, you always add your dexterity mod to damage.
Oh.
It's strength if you're throwing, or
is it all? It's only on one weapon, though, right?
It's only on your primary.
Yeah. So 14.
I think it's 15 then. Oh no, you only have dex plus 3.
I have plus 3.
All right, so you are going to rush forward, and as it bites into Dawncoller's thigh, you have the perfect opportunity. And how do you kill it?
Give it one of those throat smiles.
Just basically like wrap your arms around its neck and give it a hug.
Yeah.
All right. You open its throat onto the ground, spilling gallons of this thing's blood on Dawncollar's boots, and it is going to still be hanging off of your thigh in its death throes. But so nice of Zan to remove this thing's throat for you to skin it later. All right. So.
Excellent.
And then I'm disengaging.
All right. Okay, so the other two are going to continue their assault on Ismark, and are going to be able to strike him twice for 10, 17, 23 points of damage. Oh shit, he has to make. All right. They are going to slam into him, pulling him off his feet, and start tearing at him while he is prone on the ground, rending flesh off of his stomach and shoulder for 23 points of damage. And Brother Karas, it's your turn.
Goodness. All right, so area of effect spells and thinking in, like, only mentally arranged combat. I can circle the wolf without taking attacks of opportunity. Is there a way I can circle the wolf so I can catch it and as many other wolves as possible? I'm assuming 2 being the max in a 15-foot cone.
In a cone, you can hit the frightened wolf and one of the wolves attacking Ismark.
Okay. Frightened wolf, wolf attacking Ismark, not my wolf.
You can actually, pardon me, I forgot your wolf was still there. You can attack from where your angle is at. You can attack 3 wolves. You will miss one of the ones who is rending Ismark.
That's fine. I want to maximize wolf while minimizing friend in the gout of fire I'm about to throw out.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, as it is, like.
All right, so go ahead and roll me damage. Do I get a save?
You do get a save. It is a dexterity saving throw, DC 14.
All right, I have 2 successes and a fail.
All right, successes still take half, so not actually pretty darn good. The fail takes 13 fire damage. The successes take 6.
Okay.
Yeah, as I raise my mace and
and a holy gout of flame surges out at the ones in front of you.
Yeah.
All right, that is going to strike 3 of them, and their fur is going to ignite with a god-awful stench. And let's see, that drops from that to do math, Kelly. No, I don't want to. Okay. Boom. Nice. All right. I will say that of the wolves that are the dire wolves that are still up, one of them is bloodied, and that's the one that you're facing directly in front of you. One of them is bloodless, and the other 3 are roughly in fighting shape still. Ismark, from where he is on the ground, is going to draw his sword and attack with disadvantage because there's not much else he can do. He is going to draw his sword and try to swing it, but he can't get an angle from, having 2 bear-sized wolves on top of him. Ireena is going to call out her brother's name in a panic and rush forward, drawing her sword. And is going to strike one of them for 3... All right, for 5 points of damage, she's going to strike the one that's directly atop her brother. And that one is now appears to be fairly bloodied. Back at the top of the initiative with Dawncaller.
Okay. So Shasta's back on her feet.
Shasta is back on her feet. You're basically fighting hip to hip with a wolf between you that Zan has eviscerated. Brother Karas has one directly in front of him that is actively engaged and decently on fire. and there are 2 that are tearing at Ismark. You think that Shasta can probably handle the one that's directly in front of her. I would say that Ismark definitely needs it. He's taken 43 points of damage this round.
All right, I'm going to just charge into that. Not like actual charge, but just.
Okay.
The one I was about to hit has been dealt with, so I'm just going to shake it off and run forward the yell to engage.
Of the 2 that are in front of you, one of them was just slashed by Ireena. That one is more bloody than the other. You could probably take it out with a solid hit.
I'm going to try for that then, so that it's down and out, and we can then focus on the other.
Sounds great. Go ahead and make me an attack roll. Don't forget you have inspiration, and you have an easy way to regenerate it.
I don't need it. Nat 20, honey.
All right.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll me double damage.
And that does have Divine Fury on it as well.
Remember that all of your dice mods double as well, which is why Zan is the most dangerous person on a crit.
$37 damage, please. And 11 of that is radiant.
All right. How do you want to describe this, or do you want me just to go wild with this?
Just go for it.
As this thing rips a bit of the sinew out of his shoulder, it's going to pull its head up, which unfortunately puts it in the perfect range for your croquet swing of a maul strike. With the loudest crunch imaginable, its head flies from its body and lands on the ground nearby, spinning with its tongue lolling out into the air. Shit. All right.
Excellent. That's actually what I was picturing.
All right. So, back at Brother Karas. Brother Karas, the one near you is going to take a strike at you. I have a 15. Does that hit you?
No, it does not.
Oh, so lucky. It snarls and snaps at you. It around its muzzle, it has almost been burned down to a naked, its naked charred flesh now, and is snarling through burnt lips. And is going to snap at you, not able to make contact as it goes. Shasta, back over where you are. You and Zan are basically forming a V with this other wolf that was just trying to tear into you a moment ago. The one that you had frightened.
Yep. Good.
Its fur is immolated. What would you like to do?
I want to hit it.
All right.
With my sword.
Well, guess what? You can try.
I can try. Okay.
Use inspiration?
Yeah.
Might as well.
I will. Might as well. So, no. No, I don't hit it.
Oh, really? Would you like to gain your
inspiration
inspiration
I rolled a 5
back?
and a 4. I rolled a 4 and I rolled a 5. So even with my, what do I add to that? It would be a 9.
Ouch.
That's my total to hit. No,
I'm sorry.
not good.
Would you like to regenerate that?
Sure. I don't think I can't. Sorry. I have
He's
to.
giving you that terrible temptation.
He is.
I like to help. Okay.
Yeah.
Deck. Slide. Sorry, I had to close the window on my computer to make sure that we had enough space. All right.
Yeah.
You have drawn the marionette. And let me just look that up. Okay. I'm going to say this works immediately. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10's reroll. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, Ismark gains a free turn immediately, and Shasta, you get to pick what he does.
Who just start? What? Oh, the wolf.
Nope, Ismark gains a free action right now that does not count as his action. You get to pick what he does.
You're puppeting him.
Yep.
Marionette style.
Yep.
Yeah, I sure am. Okay, that's weird.
And this randomly happens at the beginning of every round.
For how long?
5 minutes, or until it's no longer with the plot.
Okay. He's gonna. What weapon does he have?
He has a longsword in his hand.
Okay. Does he have any healing potions
He does not.
or anything? Okay. So then he's gonna slash a wolf. He's
All right.
gonna stab something.
Let me actually use which dice is his. This one. All right, that is a 20 to hit. That is going to be a full hit. And
Good.
that is going to be a fairly solid hit for... Oh, that's Ireena again. Hold on, Ismark. There we go. That is going to be for... Oh, is he using it single-handed or double-handed?
Double.
Yes. That went from I rolled a 1 and then I rolled a 10 on the two-handed attack, so that's much better. So that's going to be 13 points of damage to the wolf that you have just made him deal. This one is now bloodied.
Good.
All right, and now we are at so that was your round. You have your inspiration back. Direwolf number 2 that you just slashed is going to snarl and attempt to slash you back. It got a 21. And is going to deal 6 points of damage to you as it snarls out of its frightened state, shaking itself off from the fear that you embedded in its heart. And make me a strength save. Shasta?
What? Oh, I thought you said Dawncaller.
No, Shasta.
Oh, sorry. What?
Strength save. You take 6 points of damage, and...
I rolled a 3. Should I spend that inspiration?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to say that you can only regenerate once per combat with the card.
I think that's fair.
Per person,
Yeah.
per person.
Oh, Dawn, you said strength save?
Yep.
So 12.
All right.
12 is my second roll.
It is unfortunately going to knock you off your feet.
Cool. Is it doing damage as well?
It did 6 points of damage to bite you. It's going to bite you by the calf, rending its teeth through your boot, and is going to twist and bring you off with a sprained ankle.
Okay.
Zan, this has just knocked your friend to the floor. What do you do?
I'm jumping on that one.
All right, go ahead and make me 2 attacks. With your daggers or short swords?
Ooh, that's not cool. Daggers again, but
Okay.
I rolled a 1, so it's a fumble, and a 10.
Please don't stab me.
Did you spend? You have your
wait.
inspiration?
Plus, so 6, and 16.
Do you want to spend your inspiration to re-roll that 1?
Might as well.
I mean, you don't have to.
So 16, 17.
Okay, that's 2 hits. Roll me. One of them will. So you'll be rolling 4d6 plus 3. Assuming you want to sneak attack.
Wouldn't that be
pardon me.
2 die 4?
I thought you were using short swords again for a second. My bad.
No, I'm not going to change it yet.
All right, so 2d4 plus
ooh.
2d6 plus 4 or 3.
8, 9, 12, 15.
15 points of damage is you leap on this thing and stab into its flanks, dealing the first damage. Oh no, it took fire damage from Neil. So that means that it is at... All right. Stabbing the hell out of this thing. It is savaged and incredibly bloody. You definitely have punctured its stomach and many of its lower bowels, and it will bleed out if it does not... if it survives the fight, it will probably bleed out in the brush.
I am disengaging.
All right, you leap back. Now we are at Direwolf that is above Ismark. Is going to try to finish the fight. And is going to get a 15 plus 20 to hit. And is going to rend another 7 points of damage out of him. And Brother Karas, what do you do?
Is Mark still standing? Yeah.
The wolf in front of Ismark is knocked to the ground, being rent.
But he's not down in like game terms. He's not below 0.
He's not below 0 in game terms. He is at... The next hit is going to probably knock him out.
Yeah, if he was making death saves, I would roll to...
He is still struggling against the wolf, trying to... He actually just hacked a piece of the wolf off, slashing across its face and eye the previous round.
Huh?
So he's trying his best, but he's just knocked to the ground and hasn't had a chance to stand up yet.
Fair. Well... God.
I believe in you.
Let's, like, if you have one trick and it's a good one, how many can I catch in a cone of fire? I mean,
you can catch 2 from the angle you're at right now. Oh no, wait, you can
perfect.
catch... you can catch all 3.
Even more perfect. Dex saves DC 14.
That is okay. Two saves and a fail.
Okay, the one who failed takes 16. The one who the ones who passed take 8. As I once again call forward. Holy fire, but still fire.
All right. So, all right. So with a death howl, the one in front of you and the one that Zan just stabbed are going to burn down to a crisp and slump to the floor as so much roasted meat. And the one that Ismark is fighting is going to take a significant amount of fire damage at the end of the cone, but is still alive. He is going to stand up using half of his action and is gonna hit it. He gets his savage revenge on the beast, rolling out of the way back to his feet, his body completely torn and covered in blood. And as this thing is howling in rage as it is on fire, he's going to bring down its sword on its thick neck, dropping its head to the ground. And it appears that combat is over.
All right. So of them all, I believe it was only the one that Zan slashed the throat of that did not get burnt, right?
Yes.
Sweet. I'm gonna go check and have a look at its fur, see if it's any good, and I might not stop to skin it now. We're rolling out an hour out from the Vistani camp. I'll just carry it with us.
You can with your strength. They're
also
probably,
with my size.
They're about 200 pounds, 300 pounds each.
Yeah.
So as a Goliath, you can carry.
I really need to. I need to sit down at some point and figure out what my carrying capacity is.
So you can carry one wolf entirely. You can probably skin the other one given about 10 minutes.
Well, the others are all burned, right? So there's no point taking their fur.
Actually, only 3 of them got burned. There was another one that
okay.
The one you beheaded with a strike was not burned.
Oh, I thought it was already crispy.
Okay.
Okay.
No, not the way I'm imagining this, because Brother Karas consistently hit these three twice. So.
Sure. I will happily quickly skin one, roll it up appropriately, and carry the other or just skin both. I think what's his face is going to need a bit of a rest to catch his breath and.
Do you mind if I take a moment to
bandage himself?
Catch my breath here.
Yeah.
I do not mind.
I'm gonna go and start skinning the wolves.
All who are hurt should hear my words. And sorry.
No, sorry.
No, go ahead. Finish. Do your thing.
The wolf whose head I knocked off, on the side that I didn't hit of his head, are any of the fangs intact? I am totally taking a trophy.
If you take a minute, you can collect. I'd say about half of them were just knocked out of his head entirely. Actually, you know what? The one that you beheaded, the teeth are fine. You hit this thing in the neck.
Sweet. I will take the big fangs then, the big canines.
No, like his entire head is intact. If you want to keep the head.
Meh. I just want the fangs. I need a new necklace.
Fair enough. You don't want to skin it and make a mask?
Add an extra layer. No, I'll just add to a cloak.
Okay. All right. Anybody who is resting, you can go ahead and spend some hit dice to do heal on your short rest. Reminder that
I'm casting Prayer of Healing. It takes 10 minutes, but
Perfect.
Everyone will get 2d8 plus 4 plus 4 back from Prayer of Healing.
Sounds great. Why don't you go ahead and roll that for me, Neil?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm currently down 16 hit points.
Yeah.
I'm down 10.
Is that just
Ismark was down 50.
Okay.
That's insane because that's over my entire life total.
He has 8 hit dice. Or no,
Yeah.
he has 9 hit dice, and that's it. But
all y'all get back 19.
Yay!
19?
I'm full.
Up to 6 creatures, and I assume that under 6 people are hurt. So
I'm not hurt.
yeah, that's
There you go.
So you said 16.
I mean, we have a total of 6 anyways.
Yeah.
People, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and Ismark is going to spend some of his hit dice to heal the full. We're doing short rests at 10 minutes, just to remind.
Okay.
And it is the beginning of. Boop. Okay. And with that, you catch your breath. Brother Karas calls down a healing word to close your wounds and keep you in check. Ismark is going to take a moment and clean off some of his armor. I can't tell you how glad I am that you came with us.
Let's just keep moving.
Yeah. That would have been death without you.
I think it would have been that without you, my friend, for you were the bulwark of our particular line.
I was a bit of a sponge. And with that, you'll continue down the road. There's only about an hour until you hit the Vistani encampment, and the first half of it goes by rather smoothly. The second as well passes by with agonizing length until the silence of the forest, and this is such a queer sensation to all of you. There are no insects. There is nothing except from Zan's pack you will hear a rustling as the silence grows deafening. And that's where in the distance you can hear the sound of strumming mandolins and playing flutes, and the sound of very gentle running water. And you will find yourself in just a few minutes at the Vistani encampment. And I think this is a good place for us to take a quick break for the washroom. So if anybody would like to do that, we'll be back in 5 minutes, chat, and hope to see you in just a moment. And we're back. Welcome back after break. Hope you guys have been enjoying the game so far. And let me just calibrate the music because I want to have some music when you're in the Vistani encampment. Are you guys hearing that?
Got a couple people in chat. Yep.
Nice. All right. As you approach the Vistani encampment that you were at before, it's Madame Ava's caravan there next to the next to that river. Where is this damned map? There we go. So next to the Sir Pool, you approach, and the welcoming sound of people enjoying a hearty lunch greets you. Now, to remind you of the Sir Pool enchantment, your road gradually disappears and is replaced by a twisty, mudded path through trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the coming and going of heavily laden wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way to the black clouds boiling far above. There's a clearing next to a river that widens to form a small lake several hundred feet across. 5 colorful tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, its sagging form lit from within, that you will recognize as Madame Ava's tent. The mournful strains of an accordion and some flutes clash with the singing of brightly clad figures around a bonfire that burns even at midday. You can smell roasting meat and something boiling over in a large vat hung over this bonfire. And a group of men and women sit around playing music and eating their lunches off of split twigs and between loaves of dark, hard bread. Do you say anything as you approach?
Do I recognize any of them?
Yeah,
you
basically.
recognize
As the ones we traveled with.
Why don't you go ahead and make me a roll? Make me a perception roll, or make me an insight roll.
Insight would be 16.
16. So as you are glancing around, you will actually recognize the Vistani who convinced you to come across and meet with Madame Ava. Do you remember his name?
Stanimir.
Stanimir.
Excellent.
So
Thanks,
Stanimir is... were you there when he recounted a tale before about a wizard?
Probably.
I don't remember if we did it in the first game, so as you approach...
Remember.
I did a lot of talking with him in the first game, but...
Ah, my friends! Ah, travelers, you've come back. Please, pull up around
Does this
fire.
stop our travels?
Ah, and you brought new friends with you. Hail and well met. I know who you are. Please, pull up seat next to fire. What is that you're dragging, tall one? Ah!
My new cloak.
Yeah, well, feel free to work at it. We will happily trade you for some of the meat.
Apparently, do you have any of the herbs necessary?
The herbs to make it palatable? Or to do the skinning?
That one. I wasn't carrying them with me when we came with you.
Yes, we have everything.
But I will not pass up a good cloak.
We will, we have everything you need for a price.
Of course.
And, but
Meat
first...
for supplies?
Huh. It sounds good. Do you also have coin?
Not much. Everything here is way too expensive.
You tried to buy something.
Yeah, how many coins were in that pouch?
So you found that there were 24 gold pieces.
Okay.
17 silver coins and 1 copper coin. All of which bear which bear a striking man's face. Long nose, strong jaw, very Roman type of look.
What seems like a fair price for...
I want to keep the ring.
Oh, and of course the ring as well.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to actually look any of this very closely. I was going to do that once we actually had a chance to settle down.
The
Yeah,
ring
but I'm
looks
keeping
quite-
it.
The ring
You're not
looks quite-
keeping it.
Yeah, I am keeping it. I am the one who got it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have any of it.
It's got you there.
You guys can have the rest.
You're the one who
Dog
didn't want to
collar
touch it.
Dog
Yeah, 'cause
collar
I
will
didn't want
agree
to
with
play.
Sam.
Ah, man. Yeah, no, you can, like, if it's something that that is safe to keep, once we take a closer look at it,
That's fine.
might be something you don't actually want, but sure. Yeah, whatever.
Well, I kind of want it.
Well, if we are resting here, and I assume we are welcome down here, then we can check to see whether any of that is magic or whether it is just garish accessory that will bedeck your hand.
Exactly.
Hey, if it's magic, we just like quadrupled the price.
You want to know if it is magic?
I not to tout my own abilities too much, but I am able to make that determination.
I was going to offer to help, but nay, if you can do it yourself, that's fine. But yes, you
Your
are
help is
welcome to
always-
stay.
Your help is always welcome, Stanley.
No, I would not. I will go back to telling my story. We'll sit down. I've only offered, 5 times now? Come on.
Oh, I've already sat down next to him with a wolf in front of me and started skinning it.
Yeah, I figured everybody else I'd sit down too.
I've settled right down in.
And,
Little less at home, but yes.
Now, as you're sitting down, can I get just a quick insight roll off of everybody?
Sure, that's gonna be a 20.
Perfect.
23.
Around the same. 20 as well.
9.
And Zan? 9? All right. So Zan, you sit down. You can see that they're passing a large jug, like an amphora, almost, or more like a gourd of wine around. It looks like it's probably some homemade stuff, and it smells very
yeah.
pungent. It will come around to your lap pretty quickly. Are you going to drink some?
Yeah, I'll get a good swig.
It is definitely not cut with water. It is actually, it's kind of like, it's a wine you'll actually chew a bit. Some of the grapes have actually been mashed and left in the actual wine itself. And it is quite pungent. You will quickly find yourself getting a buzz after only a couple of gulps.
It's like you have to finish straining it in your own teeth.
Yep, you're just gonna smile a bit after taking that and there's gonna be chunks of grape rind stuck between your teeth.
Ew.
The rest
Zan.
of you are going to notice that all of the men around the fire, which there are about 8 around the fire right now, are quite inebriated. But there are several nearby watching with a careful eye that appears sober. And you find that the Kolyanas both seem a bit awkward.
Wait a second, I got a stem. There's a stem in my mouth.
Yes, it's mostly stems, my friend.
Who seems awkward?
The Kolyanas, Ireena and Ismark, both seem slightly awkward around these Vistani.
Ah, fair.
They definitely seem hesitant, like small-town yokels or big city people of other races and ethnicities. That whole, like, should I or should I not drink their wine? I don't trust them. There's definitely some tension in the air as soon as those two approach the circle.
Yes, you definitely all want to drink the wine. It is delicious.
I think I'll pass.
Definitely.
Ireena will
Promise
slide
it.
her hand toward you.
Pass it along.
I have a mighty thirst.
It's gritty.
It's a bit strong, but good.
Yeah. You have to chew it down.
Here. Pass it back here. Pass back here. And as it makes its way back to Stanimir, he will take a long drag off of it and spit it into the fire, which the alcohol content in this must be quite large because the fire will erupt into the air. And a lot of the other Vistani will laugh. Oh god. The Kolyanas will twitch and flinch slightly at this. And Stanimir will lean forward. Now, I will tell you a story. Many times ago, a mighty wizard came to this land. Some say it was a year ago, some say a little bit longer. I remember him though, like it was yesterday. He stood exactly where you are standing, half-elf girl. Very charismatic man. He was so wise and sharp-tongued. He thought that he could rally the people of Barovia, like you two, against the devil Strahd. He stirred them with thoughts of revolt and bore them to a castle en masse. When the vampire appeared, the wizard's peasant army fled in terror. A few stood their ground, were never seen again. The wizard and the vampire cast spells at one another. Their battle flew from the courtyards of Ravenloft to a precipice overlooking the falls, and he'll point in the direction that you assume the falls must be. I saw the battle with my own eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside, and the great rocks tumbled down upon the wizard. Yet, by his magic, he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck the wizard, and again he stood his ground. But when the devil Strahd fell upon him, the wizard's magic, it could not save him. I saw him thrown 1,000 feet down the falls to his death. I climbed down the falls, down the river, down the wet rocks to look for the wizard's body, to see if, he had any souvenirs. But the river Ivilis had already spirited away his lifeless corpse. And that is how Strahd put down yet another revolt. And poor Stanimir came up empty-handed. The men will laugh at that, the women will laugh at that, and the rest of you who... There's something about this story that strikes a chord in you. Any of you can, if you can remind me what it is, or you can make me an insight roll and I'll give you a reminder.
The kid in the dungeon.
The priest's son, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Appears that he was part of the revolt that this wizard had encouraged.
I will gesture over to Stanimir to hand me the wine.
It will make its way
Take
to
a
you.
swig. I'll take a swig and then do what he did and spit a bit into the fire to make it flare up.
Okay.
And tell the story of how we beat, what was it, 5 dire wolves?
5 dire wolves.
The Battle of the Dire Wolf and gaining my new cloak.
Oh, I've
Make me a
heard this
performance
one
roll,
before. It's really good.
Make me a performance roll with
I'm
advantage
gonna-
from Mike's help.
Awesome.
Good job, Zan.
All right, I was going to spend inspiration on it, but this is great. All right, that is 21.
21. It is a rousing tale, and you will hear laughter and applause at the end of it. As you pluck the eyes and fangs out of the dire wolf in front of you into the fire, they will sizzle and pop, punctuating the final words of your story.
When you're done, Strahd is gonna also motion for the drink.
They will pass it over to you.
Make its way around.
She'll take a swig of it, probably choking a little bit on it, but we'll do the same thing, and we'll actually then go on to regale the events of the house that killed us, or tried to kill us all.
All right. Is anybody going to offer Shasta some support?
I will.
All right. So go ahead and make me a
I was
roll
one of
with
the only ones
advantage, Shasta.
standing.
Yeah. And you'll have to assist, especially the part when she's unconscious at the end.
Oh, I will.
So advantage, and I've got, what did you say it was? Performance?
Performance, please.
All right, so that's gonna be a 16 altogether.
16. Nice. All right. So you are going to easily do that. And you regale them with that story, and we'll get solid applause and congratulations in return, getting a bit buzzed off of the wine as you go. And
Shasta, let me demonstrate what happened when you were unconscious.
Perhaps use the carcass as a prop.
It's already skinned. That would be filthy.
Yeah.
She'll just jump up and pick you up calmly for a moment and put you back down gently.
Yeah, she won't actually resist that at all.
It's remarkably gentle.
Yeah.
Shasta, what's your charisma score?
18. She has a +4.
All right. So
Nice.
I rolled a 12, so.
as you finish your story and Dawncaller makes quite the scene, a Vistani man of about probably 20, maybe a bit older, with a goatee and thin Van Dyke mustache, will slide next to you on the seat. I like the way you tell that story.
Thank you.
Perhaps maybe I could tell you a story later, if you are interested, he says, and then you will feel a hand clutch the inside of your knee.
She gonna put a hand on top of that hand and dig nails in.
All right. Ah, feisty girl.
Thank you. To keep your hands off my personage.
All right, go ahead and make me an intimidation
And
roll.
she'll... Cool.
That's more woman than he can handle.
You said intimidation. That's going to be a 20.
You are going to be able to twist it, basically twist his arm around, and he's going to try to kind of work against it before realizing that once you have a hold of his hand that way, he can't. And then he'll try to twist with it, which will cause him to tumble onto the ground backwards, and the entire campfire will go deathly silent for a moment before the derisive laughs fill the air, pointed in his direction. You worry that they reach for their knives, but no. Ha! Too much woman for you, eh, Andres? And they will all laugh and guffaw as he heads back toward the edge of the ring of carts, his pride wounded by your intimidating glare. So, friends, you want to trade for things? What would you like to trade for?
Well, it's always good to have more food for the road. Perhaps even trade for information. You are more familiar with the area than us. And I can tell you where we wish to go, if you can tell me how to best get there.
I would happily do this for you. Where are you headed?
We are headed to Villaki.
I do not. Do you drink some more wine? That may help you, my friend. You are headed to Villaki. Do you have a map?
Yes, that is.
Show me your map.
Don't call her.
He will trace with a finger the route that you should take, and we'll just show you. Yeah, you should go this way, etc., etc. And he'll give you a couple of pointers of things to avoid. I would suggest that you travel only during the daylight if possible. Night even on the roads is very, as you have seen, very wicked.
Is there anywhere in particular you recommend to stop?
Villaki will take you on foot. It could take you another day of walking. I would suggest that whatever you do here, and he will point to a place where, if you're looking at the map, it bends slightly. Right, so there we go. So there is a place up here where it snakes around and makes its way toward Villaki. There is a place where it looks like you can just cut through the woods and shorten your trip by a significant amount. Do not do this. It is most assuredly a trap. There is a place there. It is an old windmill. Do not go there. It's not a good place. Many people have died.
Keep that in mind.
Beyond that, just be careful. Perhaps it would be best... You will come to the gates of Barovia, not that far away from here. The ones that maybe like 3 hours past here probably would be your best place to camp. It is fortified enough that you can at least create a defensive wall.
Is that this little symbol of 2 squares and a dotted line across the path?
Yes. And if you have the stream up right now, actually, I'll wait. I have the picture to put up in a bit, but it's quite impressive. I would suggest there, not too far past there, you will find the... you will find the... too much wine. You will find that old windmill. Do not. I mean, or do. Is free country, sort of. Any man is free to die how he wishes in this country. Should he take the initiative. Do you wish to speak to Madame Eva again?
I think I'm good.
Unless she has reason to speak with us, I don't think so. Or... Actually... Maybe.
Now, Zan, it appears that the people here are they're doing their daily duties, eating their lunches. Now, there are 4 wagons circling around besides Madame Ava's tent themselves, and then those 5 tents. You could thief around if you so chose.
Let's call it scouting, not so much thieving.
All right.
I'm gonna go poke my fingers through things.
Okay. I want you to make an investigation test.
Okay.
Gonna get your grubby hands all over everything.
15.
15. Okay. All right. So you'll wander off under the excuse of probably going to use the bushes.
Yep.
All right. And as you go, are you searching one of the tents or one of the wagons?
Probably one of the wagons.
Okay. And do you want to roll for this, or should I?
Oh, you can.
All right. So, making your way through one of the wagons, you will see that hidden under the seat is a compartment where a lot of wagons will hide things, especially merchant wagons or troubadours. They'll have a hidden seat compartment. Take whatever's in the wagon, please, they'll say. But in this compartment, you will see that it is stuffed with a bag. It's just a simple canvas bag, but it bulges in ways that make your old bandit heart sing. Inside, you will find that there are, holy crap, 15 pieces of cheap jewelry and 4 pieces of fine jewelry. Now, I'm not going to go through the trouble of so be sure to write that down. The 15 pieces of cheap jewelry are just basic costume jewels, a lot of pewter, some minor silver, a lot of copper maybe. But the 4 pieces of fine jewelry, one will be a diamond ring, a pair of diamond earrings, as well as a large bracelet besought with pearls, and finally there will be a hairpin with a made completely of jade with a number of sapphires along the ring. A quick glance at this, you would say, give me an insight roll.
Would be 11.
All right, so quick ballpark. You're looking at well over 1,000 gold worth of items here. Are you taking it all?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it.
Okay.
Just pay attention to it being there.
Okay. Are you gonna check any of the others?
Might as well while I'm snooping.
Okay, go ahead and make me one more stealth roll.
Ooh. 21.
21. Okay. That was legit. Okay. One moment, please. I need to grab something. Christine, do you have my DMG in the other room?
No.
Okay. Oh, I think I loaned it to Mike actually. Because Mike from Generic is thinking of starting a game, so I think I loaded it to him. Give me 1 minute just to look this up. So, searching through the others, you're going to find that there's not much out of the normal in several of these carts. You'll actually manage to go through a couple of them. before sneaking into the back of a tent, where you'll see that there's a small lockbox, or a simple lockbox. The lock having been not replaced, however. There we go. And thank you for your patience on this one. Okay, you will see that there is... Mike, do you want to do the honors, or should I?
You might as well.
Okay. All right. You will see that laying at the center of this velvet-lined lockbox is a vial with some swirling red and brown liquid inside of it. The two never seem to meet. It's almost like a lava lamp.
Interesting. I'm not going to take it.
Okay.
No.
All right. So, after a fashion, you return, and as you sit back down at the table, a couple of the Vistani will say, friend, you have to watch out. Some of the things that you wipe your ass with in this forest, they leave you with gifts.
Yes, well, I try to leave all the gifts in the forest.
Take nothing but memories.
Can I leave some of those too?
Yeah, bush over there is the one the ladies normally use.
Hey,
No,
it has flowers.
Never mind.
All right. And with that, they'll trade you for some general supplies and things like that. Is there anything that you want to grab while you're here, or try to barter with?
Basically stuff to make a cloak. I am running with that for sure.
So they will give you the equipment to do that for the meat. That's a pretty even trade.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody want to try to get them to do anything else, or try to purchase anything else from them?
While we're here, we should take the time to, detect magic at least on the ring and the figurine, and then we know what we're bargaining with, at least.
Yes.
Which figurine are we talking about?
Or was it just...
Is that the one from the Death House?
The bag had a ring, a figurine, broken glass and quill, and a note in it. And some money.
And dice. It had some bone dice, I think.
I don't remember saying it had a figurine, but okay.
Oh, I probably just miswrote.
Oh, is there an emblem on the ring?
Yes. It was, so it wasn't a figurine. The ring has a cat's face on it holding a black stone.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Okay, that was on the ring. I took those to be two separate.
No. It's basically a ring with a tiger's face on it, or a panther's face on it.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, there could be a figurine. I don't know. I didn't.
I think you said there was like a set of bone dice or something like that.
There are a set of bone dice.
Yeah. Then it was a broken quill. No, broken.
A broken quill, and looks, honestly, the broken bits of glass look like there was a vial of ink in here at one point, but the long since is broken.
Okay. Shasta's gonna split the 24 gold amongst the four of us.
Okay.
That should be 6 each.
Mm-hmm. So add 6 to your total each.
And then there was a single copper, and then I was going to hold on to the 17 silver to try and amount to something to silver things. It's probably not going to help, but whatever.
You could probably do a dagger with 17 silver.
Yeah. So she'll just keep that set aside for that purpose.
Sounds good.
And she'll keep the 1 copper because actually no, she'll toss the 1 copper to Zan.
Thanks.
All right. So, what else do you plan to do here?
Chest is actually considering talking to was it Madam
Madam Ava.
Madam Ava. Mostly just to, the whole general blood craving thing. If she knows anything about it or has any, I don't know. She just wants some answers.
Okay. So, you approach the tent, and as you do, the music fades into the background as the tent's interior, lit by a reddish glow of a lantern, it seems to absorb all sound. And as you reach for the tent flap, you'll hear that crackling voice like dry weeds on a summer's drought. Ah! Shasta. What's your last name?
Denmora.
Denmora. You've come back, so to speak.
We're on our passing through. We're
As
on
it was
the
foretold.
way to. Right.
Madame Ava
What?
will peer at you across her table.
I don't know how to. This place. It changes people. Can some of those changes be undone?
Have you had enough to eat today, my dear? Enough to drink?
Yes. Yes. Seems like.
She'll flip a card and show it to you, sliding it across the table. And as you turn it over, you will see the executioner.
Oh boy.
You died,
What's
my
that supposed to
girl.
mean?
You
Sorry,
died.
What?
You died.
No, I was knocked unconscious.
No, my dear, you died.
That's not possible, because I'm right here. Not without some great feat of magic.
Everything in Barovia, everything in the shadow of Ravenloft is touched by great magic. The mists weren't ready to let you die. Perhaps he was not willing to let you die.
For what purpose?
That remains to be seen.
Can it be undone? What's been changed?
Would you change your fate?
If I know what it is and don't like it, of course.
Would you change the fate of all who travel with you?
If it will save them from an unfortunate one, then yes.
In the end, my child, we all meet terrible ends. You.
I would rather.
And she'll slide the deck across the table toward you.
Mm-hmm.
May have some agency in introducing chaos. If you so choose. Do you do
What
so?
is life but chaos?
Oh.
Yeah, she will.
Okay. Then I am going to change your reading. One moment.
Oh no.
Okay, and then I guess I will just keep drawing until they are the right ones. Okay, so...
I mean, out of character, I'm absolutely fine keeping this. But in character, she's upset. Okay.
That's fair.
Unless this is doing something different entirely.
This will rearrange the entire plot of the game if you do this, which... That's fine.
Good! Cool.
I just have to look. I have to look these up very quickly though. Boop boop boop. Where is it? Dark Lord.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, Dark Lord. Okay, the first card that she flips over is the Dark Lord. Which...
Oh, good.
It can't be though because that has to go from the high deck. So that is... So we just swap that out. So the Dark Lord would be... Strahd's enemy. Okay, so that becomes card number 4. Which means that becomes that becomes that, and that becomes... that. Cool.
Don't be angry with me, guys.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Now,
This could be fun, though.
Transmuter.
This is when we had it all figured out.
She flips the cards and stirs them. Ah, things are in motion, my child, that I could not predict. This card tells of history, she taps it. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. Unfortunately, you have to go to a place of dizzying heights. The transmuter sends you there, where the stone itself is alive. However, this card, as she taps the mercenary, tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. This thing lies with the dead under mountains of gold coins. This, she taps, the 3 of Swords, is a card of strength and power. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, of sword and light.
Sounds useful.
Perhaps you should go to the mountains and climb the White Tower guarded by golden knights. She flips the next card, which is the Dark Lord. And says, ah, yes. This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly. So many allies shifting, changing.
That's not... Who does that represent? Is that not...
I guess I gotta find the damn thing. Oh, good. It's not the marionette anymore. Thank God. I hated that one. Ah, the worst of all truths. You must face the evil of this land alone.
What do you mean alone? Like, our group or me myself?
The one who would have been your guide and ally. You have missed your chance. None await you. And finally, she flips a card, and you will see this. A writhing beast. Your enemy is a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality or morality. He sits on his dark throne. And you may find him there. My child, I would suggest that if you wish to save yourself, destroy the devil. Purify Barovia. Your soul may be purified in the bargain as well.
I see. It's more of a picture than I had before, so.
The next time you pass through, be sure to check again. Perhaps things may shift.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right. And with that, you'll find yourself standing outside of the tent, not really remembering having left. But just a vague recollection of standing and moving. Back at the campfire, Dawncaller is...
I'll note that I left the ring and with Karis.
Okay. So
before I wandered off.
Back at the circle, what are the two of you doing? Three of you. Sorry.
Dawncaller and I?
Okay. Well, Zan's back from the toilet, so.
Yeah.
I'm probably juggling my daggers.
Make me a sleight of hand roll.
17.
It's pretty good. You'll get some applause. Brother Karis, what did you say you were doing?
If Stanomir is still here, he can help me identify the ring. If he's not, I'll do it on my own.
He says that he can't help you do it, but if you'd like, he can call one of the women over.
Sure. I would appreciate it.
A boyish young girl of about 15 will be waved over, and she will look down at it. What am I looking for? To see if it's magic. No, it's just a big ugly ring. Some fool.
I can't see detect magic.
All right, it is not magical.
Sweet.
All right. And a few moments later, Shasta will rejoin you. It's getting on in the day. The sun has started to. It's impossible to tell. Sorry, forgot Ravenloft. You feel like you've been sitting around drinking and eating for about an hour and a half.
We should probably head on to where they suggest we camp.
You should.
Yeah. I agree.
I wish you the best of luck, my
friends. In the meantime, I've been just telling tales and making friends.
Good. So you find yourself to be fairly well received here, and with that, you will, no time like the present. You'll make your way back to the road, having said your goodbyes. Is there any last thing you want to do at the camp before you leave?
Don't think so.
Not really.
Once we've identified the ring, I'll give it to Zan because he was making a big fuss about it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Zan, you'll pocket the ring, and as you head back to the road, Shasta, let me know if you tell anybody about the changed reading.
She will, in summary. So she won't say that she actively changed something, but she will say that things seem to have changed. You know.
Mm-hmm. Just on their own, magically.
Because I don't... Well, I mean, I went and consulted her see if she knew anything about the weird stuff that's been going on. The whole blood thing. Don't die. Though apparently it's not as permanent as usually death is.
What does everyone say to this?
Well, it was very insightful of you to go to her, and I'm glad that you have learned more, both of your condition and of the general situation here. You are to be commended for your forethought. And I pat you on the shoulder.
Yeah. I don't... Yeah. She mentioned a tower, a white tower. There should be a weapon there of some power. Weapon of vengeance, I believe, is how she phrased it. It should help us in... Well, I don't really know, but if we can purify... If we can purify Barovia, then we may be able to undo what's been done to me, or maybe get it and possibly escape.
All right, so conquer the tower.
Yes, and defeat Strahd.
Well,
Face
granted.
him.
So, you said a tower. Ismark, is there any towers of note? I say as we keep walking down the road. We have a map, right?
Yeah.
So provided Dawncolor's pulled out the map, we can be doing that thing where you walk along looking at a piece of paper, and I'll just be vaguely gesturing at it.
Yeah.
He got a nat 20 on his roll to maybe direct you toward things. So,
Excellent.
Transmuter.
Yeah. Yeah. Part of her vagueness is in keeping in mind our current company. Doesn't really want to advertise all of it.
Sure.
Lies at the dead under mountains of gold coins.
Yeah. What was under the...
Maybe a crypt? A tomb?
So there was a mountain. The highest... Did you say something about the highest point in Barovia?
The place of dizzying
First.
heights.
Dizzying Heights.
Looking around the landscape here, you can actually see in the distance one place of dizzying height. A castle that spirals up over the land on a large precipice.
Probably that one.
The mountains. What else did she say about the mountains?
Um,
Well, you said a white tower?
yeah, with golden guards.
Solenka Pass. There are,
Where's that?
he will point it out to you on the map, and I will quickly flip to the map, which I should probably just put a damn tag on. There we go. Solenka Pass. T on the map. So it is quite a ways away. So it's basically, if this is the entire map, and you started here, it's here. So you'd say that's probably like 3 days journey, maybe 4.
Okay. Is it in the direction we're going?
If you keep going around, you will reach it. It's at the Luna Lake. Bottom left side of the map.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
That's the White Tower?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Alright. Well, that is an issue for another day. For now, let's reach the gates of Barovia so we can set up camp.
Yeah.
As you walk, you can feel the creeping dread of the surroundings start to leach into your bones. Overhead, dozens and dozens of cawing ravens circle around.
Noisy.
The first half hour, nothing happens, but the second, you start to hear those caws, the deep-throated sound of ravens roosting in the treetops. And it's at that point that you will notice, Brother Karas, actually, will notice that just off the trail, something catches your eye. A strange lump embedded in the hollow of a log.
Hold on. I grab who's ever closest to me. I'll put my arm on their, or my hand on their arm.
It's probably me.
Fair. I see something over there. I'm going to... Lisa. I'm going to go look, as ridiculous as this sounds.
Okay.
If I do not come back,
I'll just come with you. Hold on.
Okay.
We're in the strange woods. Take a buddy.
I will cast light on my shield too before we go.
Oof.
Good idea.
Blinding. Ow.
You wander off into the mist-soaked landscape, and there at the hollow of that log, you'll see a bundle of wrapped, common, everyday clothing, sized for, actually, about your size. Human male.
That's weird.
About your size. They're cold to the touch and slightly damp from the mist, but nearby you'll see a black raven feather flitting in the breeze.
Is there someone running around naked?
I would like to roll some sort of appropriate knowledge about shape changers, because I have theories about shape changers, but I have no idea what Brother Karis' theories about shape changers are based on what he knows.
I'll say that it can be a religion roll for you.
Okay.
It'd be a religion
I don't know
roll.
if Shasta might know anything either. But
Sure.
I'm rocking a 16 on the religion roll.
What would you like
nice.
to know?
I was going to make an assertion about someone removing their clothes to change shape, which is a classic folklore thing, but I wanted to make sure Brother Karis knew that before I did that.
Done.
Okay. It could be that someone is changing form. It's remove their clothes so that they can find them when they are restored.
Oh, I see.
themselves.
Yeah, so I'm just going to say that I rolled a 2 on insight, which is why she went and blurted out, is someone running around naked?
Sure.
Because I rolled a 2.
That sounds perfect.
Okay, sounds good.
I guess the question is whether they are doing this voluntarily or involuntarily and are simply prepared.
in either case, we should warn the others that there may be something. A man not in the shape of a man around here. I will pick up the bundle of clothes. I want to look at them. I don't intend on taking anything, but like see if there's, I don't know, a holy symbol of this is the god that turns people into fish every Tuesday or something, right? Like, you know, whatever.
Yeah, that guy's kind of a punk.
Yeah, exactly.
As you hold them up, make me an investigation roll to see if you find anything on them.
That's just a straight intelligence roll for me, and that's a 12.
A 12. You will find that there is... The shirt smells slightly of wine. And, like, it perhaps had been cleaned at one point, but not particularly well. And also... You'll find no symbols or anything. It smells like a... What you will find, though, is that there is a little bit of, strangely enough, torn paper stuck to the back of it. Almost like a little bit of confetti.
Is there any writing on it?
Nope. Looks like it's just, it's shredded pulp. Like the kind that you would throw at a festival.
Totally off topic. I've been playing a lot of The Witcher, and as soon as she said it smells like wine, I'm like, I use my Witcher senses and I follow the smell of wine to the transformed person.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
My plot.
Looks like rain.
The wind is howling.
I need to play that.
You do need to play that.
I need to watch that. God damn it.
It's great if you just want to see Henry Cavill walk around naked. It's pretty good. It's like Legolas went to the gym.
His ass is fantastic.
Yeah. I strongly agree. Anyway, in this moment, back in character. Brother cares not for Henry Cavill's ass. I mean, he might, but I never met him. Anyway, I look at Shasta and I go, what do you think this is about? And I like hold up this weird scrap of paper.
What rule would this be? Insight, something? To make a guess?
Insight works.
Okay, let's use a different dice this time. That one likes me a little more. That's an 18.
Perhaps whoever it was has been at a festival recently.
Yeah. A festival? Ismark might know if there's been any festivals recently. Maybe a wedding? Or a birthday?
Maybe.
Yeah. I suppose the only question now is, do we leave someone naked in the woods, or do we tuck their clothes back into the...
I mean, I don't really see what use we have with them. I would just leave them here.
Fair. I was thinking if they are a monster, I'll come out here, someone who's transforming willingly, perhaps doing harm. Having them forced to identify themselves through their nakedness might not be a bad way.
I mean, alternatively, we could just try and remember what these clothes look like, so if we see someone wearing them.
That is clever. Look at the clothes and try to remember what the clothes look like if it ever comes up.
So they are kind of like a dark blue shirt with a kind of a lace up front, fairly threadbare around the elbows, and the sleeves pull tight with a drawstring but are quite poofy at the bottom. The pants are...
Do I have any ink or anything that's like that would stain and not come out if it got washed?
Do you in your possessions?
Well, I've got a I've got a explorer's pack. I'm trying to remember what I have in an explorer's pack.
I mean, you at the very least have blood.
That's true. That is true. Just basket bed with skins rations.
I don't believe it has ink in it.
What is in a tinderbox? It's a flint, fire,
Mostly
steel,
lonely people in their 20s and 30s.
It would be lint and a flint and steel.
I'm just wondering if those things ever leave marks or anything.
No.
Like,
Unless
they
you
don't.
started
Okay.
a fire.
No,
Yeah,
you have to
absolutely
burn
not do
something
that.
to make charcoal.
Yeah, not worth it right now.
Yeah.
I'll use blood. Yeah, let's put some blood on this and stain it.
Okay, so you just cut your finger?
Yeah, just a little bit, like somewhere obvious, like on the chest or something, and then like maybe on the.
All right. I'm going to make a note for that later.
It's probably not going to be a good thing, but she's just, in case I forget. Or like on the. Actually, no, like on the back.
Okay. Somewhere inobvious.
Somewhere that you would see it, but they wouldn't necessarily register it.
Griddle.
Put on
Yeah,
the
like along here.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of.
Sounds good to me.
I think she'll mention that to Karis before she does it.
It's fair enough.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should be getting back. We have left.
This is
Don't
taking a
call her.
minute. Zen. Yeah. Yeah. Fair. Let's. Yeah. I died. Apparently.
I thought that you were simply unconscious,
No, I died.
but you stand here.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to explain, but didn't want to in front of our guests.
That seems wise.
I don't know if it'll happen again, but Madame Ava said that perhaps he wasn't willing to let go of my soul yet. Whatever that means. Whatever purpose he has in mind.
I think that this is a good thing to know, and there is no point in panicking at this point, for we have as much information as we will have. But perhaps we will learn more. I know that you are not usually a particularly religious type person. But maybe on the cursory edge of religion, we can find some way to drive whatever power he has, whatever touch he has made on your spirit, whatever your preferred appellation is, and perhaps we can drive that away.
Seems like the way to do that, possibly, is to purify Barovia.
Well, then we are fortunate.
Yeah.
For that was already our aim.
Yeah. But I don't know what other effects it'll have if any of us die, so.
Well, then, as they said to me when I joined the Church of Brig, do not die. It is that simple. And if you do die, burn.
Yeah. Brig's
with
not
that-
so bad.
You'll make your way
Thank you.
back to the line of waiting friends. And what do you say to them as you approach?
You found it.
We found clothes in the woods. I have no desire to temper what I say to all of you, and I make eye contact with everyone. It is my belief that there is someone in the woods who normally wears the shape of a man who is currently wearing a different shape. Be aware. and let us progress.
Yeah.
So don't kill animals.
Oh, if they attack us, it's fine.
Okay.
Self-defense. But something to be aware of that might be possibly more intelligent. I don't know the most about
Intelligence
shape
doesn't prevent you
changing.
from dying just as hard.
No, but it might be a little harder to kill them.
Skinning it's not an option?
Would they stay in their animal?
If they
I
die
don't
as an
know.
animal and stay as an animal, I'm gonna skin it.
I don't think you'd know how to tell the difference at that point.
Yeah. It
Strange.
looks like an animal, skins like an animal.
I mean, honestly, we could have already encountered it.
Ooh.
That is true.
I have no idea.
Possibly.
But,
it will turn back.
Ismark, have there been any festivals or parties of note recently?
In Barovia, it's not likely.
Weddings? Anything?
Perhaps. Why?
We found, Actually, did we take the piece of paper or did we leave it? Would we have left that?
You had
I
to
did.
pluck it off, probably.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if we had to pluck it off, they probably didn't realize it was even there.
Mhm.
I probably took it then. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll show him the paper. Do you recognize this sort of thing?
It looks like confetti? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He turns to his sister and she'll take a look at it. She'll shrug. Well, we'll keep our eyes open for confetti, she says.
Just might identify whoever it was a bit better. Or where they came from, but just a thought.
Do you continue down the path?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if it's getting dark. Gotta
It's,
make good
it's,
time.
it's becoming early afternoon.
Oh.
Perhaps
So it's getting dark.
Perhaps a little later than that, actually. You'll wander for another half hour, then an hour. There will be quite a bit of silence on the road. The mist hangs close to the sides, and as you walk, in the distance you'll notice that there's a lone raven sitting in the path. It's pecking something on the ground, just off to the side of the road.
I will pull out one of my throwing daggers,
Okay.
making it obvious that what I intend on doing.
To you, or to your friends, or the crow? Or the raven, I mean.
Well, it's all the friends.
Okay.
I'll probably even give it like one of those lineups. Like,
Why do you wish to kill the bird?
practice?
I mean, practice on a tree. Bird is a bird.
Trees don't dodge.
Depends on the tree.
At that point, I'm going to throw the knife.
All right. Go ahead and make me a roll.
Just an attack roll?
Yep.
Ooh, 18, 23.
Okay. All right.
Right.
You're going to hurl your dagger, and it is going to catch the raven in the neck, and it is going to slump to the ground. If not dead, heavily wounded.
I will dash over there.
Okay. You will see that it was pecking at... let's see. It was pecking at a toad.
Oh.
Badly hurt. As you approach it, the toad lets out one labored, frightened croak. Its eye will loll up toward you, and as it dies, it dissolves into ooze and blood, and then nothingness.
Okay. The raven is still there?
Let me check on that. One sec. The raven is attempting to get up, but is too badly wounded by the knife.
Okay, I will finish it, get my knife, and cut its head off.
Your cat will leap out of your bag and start playing around with the body.
Pretty obviously.
That's what it does, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, apparently birds don't dodge either.
I will probably start plucking feathers off of it and run back and show Dawncaller my latest trophy.
At what point does it turn back into the man whose clothes we found?
Might not.
It might not.
It is probably not.
Making some assumptions here.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe he was the toad.
So as you come back, Ireena will walk up to you and give you this strange, slightly feral look. Why would you do that, you fool? You'll bring bad luck down on all of us.
Yeah, ravens are ravens.
Not in Barovia.
What am I missing here?
Ravens carry the souls of the dead. It's horrible luck to hurt one, let alone kill one.
So is the bird dead then?
Yes, Zan cut its head off.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Do not bring down the wrath of heavens on us. Please. And she'll furrow her brow and start walking ahead.
I will probably shrug and say, yeah, like the heavens have seen this place in a while.
That doesn't help.
I think we'll tempt fate.
I will stick a bunch of feathers in my headband.
Okay.
I will take a step. And lightning comes down and hits you.
Yeah,
Dawncaller will comment. Didn't they say that the ravens were eyes for Strahd?
Ah, see? Eyes.
I think that might be the fate coming down on you.
Don't need to alert Strahd to us any further.
Well, he probably didn't see it coming.
Evidently.
Now, as you continue onward, the next 2 hours of your journey are quiet and uneventful. But eventually, you will come to the gates of Barovia. Now, let's see, so that's... Now the fog spills out of the forest to swallow up the road behind you, but ahead, jutting from those impenetrable woods on both sides of the roads, are high stone buttresses, looking out, looming gray in the fog. Huge iron gates, nearly 40 feet tall, hang on the stonework. Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars. 2 headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate, their heads now lying among the weeds at their feet. They greet you with only silence. If you're pulling up the stream right now, I have a photo of it to show how immense these are. The statues themselves, almost 100 feet tall. And in the distance, you hear a sudden howl and a scream for help from the other side of the gate.
Is the gate closed or open?
The gate is hanging ajar.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the others and then I'm gonna head towards it. Yeah, basically.
You approach the gate, pushing it the rest of the way open for your companions, leaving Barovia behind as you see a scene of carnage ahead of you. And I think we're going to call game there for the night.
Right. Scene of carnage. Good. That's a great.
Yay.
Oh, good. I always need some carnage.
I thought so. All right. I hope you guys had some fun tonight. We'll be back in 2 weeks with this.
Good.
How's the horror mood vibe hanging out for you guys?
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too
Perfect.
bad. Anything you want me to amp up? No, not really. Okay.
I think it'll just happen normally, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to do to make this distance play any better? Besides, I guess, reboot my computer next time and see if I can streamline this. This new update of OBS seems like it's taking more system resources than it used to.
Yeah, you might need to. They might do another update if it's causing problems.
Maybe.
Hopefully. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks. Until then, I hope you guys have a good time and let me know if there's anything you want me to adjust for this. But I had a lot of fun tonight. I hope you guys did too.
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm. I
All right.
like that there was more opportunities for a bit of role playing and whatnot, and a combat. And
Yeah, that was a hell of a combat, by the way.
I had fun pulling out Don Collar's voice again. So
Yeah.
See, this is good. I just wish we if we were together in person, it'd be better. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I love you all. Thank you so much for messaging in tonight, and thank you those of you in the chat for watching. We will be back on Wednesday with generic fantasy setting number 17735, and tomorrow we're doing some private streaming to try to build some new games for you as well during this interim. And so tune in on Wednesday for more generic. It's going to be a great game. And then next Saturday is Werewolf, which is always good. Yeah. So, all right. So we will see you next. Wait, no. Next Saturday isn't Werewolf. Next Saturday is our brand new D&D game. Sunday is Werewolf.
I was thinking Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff coming your way. Be sure to like and subscribe, smash that bell, and don't forget that you can support us on Patreon if you feel the urge. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Don't miss the